I can't be live, man.
Why?
Good morning, beautiful people. What?
You're not in focus.
You ain't focused.
I told you before you started. I asked you. You said yes. This is your fault. Why did you do this?
Can you see yourself?
You're having a mare right now.
Unprofessionalism. I didn't look at myself. I asked you. You said yes. You're my producer. You're supposed to produce.
When you'd asked me, you were in
Spicy.
focus, but then you
Huh?
obviously moved back or something.
Okay. So what do we want to do here then?
Yeah, look at the screen and focus yourself.
I don't understand why you've done this, Brent.
Yeah.
Almost there. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're there.
Perfect.
I don't understand why you've done this. It's unprofessionalism, man. You can't. It's just crazy.
Take some
You know.
accountability, please.
Pardon?
Take some accountability, please.
You know what? You're only human. Even superheroes make mistakes. It's cool. But anyway, beautiful people, it is Wednesday, the 12th of October. Hope everybody's going all right. This is TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as decided by the culture. And as always, we're hosted by the best in the world. User, introduce yourself, please.
Mr. Rotation, the voice of reason, big man use.
And they call me, man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
I am Big Miles from the east side of the bridge, leading the show once again. Our queen Esther is away, but she'll be back quicker than you know it, 100%. All right, what's been going on? You had a good night?
Ain't nothing changed since yesterday. You know what I mean? Yeah, just cool, quiet night at home.
That sounded a bit unsure. What's going on? Anything to unpack there?
Nah, nothing to unpack, big man. It's all copacetic over here. You know what I mean? It's all good.
You don't watch the football?
I watched any football yesterday. Nah, I didn't. You know, I watched some highlights, but not a match.
We can get into that later. We got a
Yeah.
second. What about you? You cool?
Yeah, all good, man. Can't complain.
Still fighting the good fight, yeah?
As always, man.
Dr. Umar Jr.
Huh?
Dr. Umar Jr., innit?
It ain't nobody's junior, blood.
No,
Get it right,
junior.
man.
That's it.
Dr. Umar Senior. But yeah, man.
Well, anyway, before we get into it, you know the routine. Like, subscribe, share, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell on, do all that good stuff. It helps with the algorithms. Join the community. All of these things, they know anyway. I'll let Esther do it properly tomorrow. We're cool. We're going to get into these headlines.
Let's go.
Okay, so Vladimir Zelensky, who's the head of Ukraine, has urged countries to hit Russia with more sanctions in response to a new wave of terror after Monday's attacks on Ukraine. At least 19 people were killed and scores more injured as Russian missiles hit regions across the country. Defiant, he said the attacks will only delay our recovery a little. Following more strikes on Tuesday, Mr. Zelensky called on the West to find new ways to apply political pressure to Russia and support Ukraine. The calls came after he met the G7 groups of nations for emergency virtual talks on Tuesday. The bloc, which consists of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK and the US, promised to continue providing financial, humanitarian, military, diplomatic and legal support to his country for as long as it takes. Mr. Zelensky said, for such a new wave of terror, there must be a new wave of responsibility for Russia, new sanctions, new forms of political pressure, and new forms of support for Ukraine. The terrorist state must be deprived of even the thought that any new wave of terror can bring it anything. The Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the attacks were a retaliation for Saturday's explosion on a key bridge linking Russia to Crimea. And the second headline, somewhat linked to what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, and this is from Joe Biden, and he's pretty much upset with the Saudis for siding with Putin. So Joe Biden said that there will be consequences for Saudi Arabia after its decision last week to side with Vladimir Putin and cut oil production. The US president said in an interview on CNN, there's going to be some consequences for what they've done with Russia. I'm not going to get into what I'd consider and what I have in mind, but there will be consequences. The remark signaled a dramatic abandonment of Biden's recent attempts to seek a rapprochement with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and cast doubt on the future of the US-Saudi security relationship. Earlier that day, John Kirby, who's the National Security Council spokesman, said that Biden believed that the US ought to review the bilateral relationship with Saudi Arabia and take a look to see if that relationship is where it needs to be and that it is serving our national security interests, adding that the reevaluation was in light of the recent decision by OPEC and Saudi Arabia's leadership. Among other options, Kirby suggested that Biden will speak to senior Democrats on Capitol Hill who have been calling for the US to curtail its cooperation with the kingdom in light of what was seen as Prince Mohammed's decision to side with Russian interests over the US. The move to cut oil production just weeks before a critical midterm election that could hinge on how much American consumers are paying at the pump. Kirby said that conversations with Congress on Saudi policy would start when it returns from recess after the November elections. Yeah, and that's the end of the headlines.
Right.
Is it me or does America seem like less threatening with Joe Biden at the helm?
Kind of, you know.
I swear, I'm not even joking. I swear they do, man. Like they just seem a bit. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it seems that way a bit as well. But at the end of the day, America's still the superpower that is, isn't it? So even though he may not be following up, or at least give the impression that he's following up with certain threats, if they were to, I think every country would kind of be shook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. When Trump was there and he was making threats, you took them kind of seriously. You was worried about what this madman will do. Joe Biden, he seems like he's going to fall asleep at the wheel, man.
That's true. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the end of our headlines. We're going straight into a segment. Is this Wellness Wednesday then?
It is indeed.
Wait,
Well, this one.
what? Already?
Well, then it can't be. Why is this? This can't be this because this is.
Yeah, no, this is the same as yesterday.
Yeah, what happened to my document?
Unless you want me to repeat what I don't understand.
I know what the question is anyway. So
I was going to mention it once you guys finish. I'm going to be like, oh, Emmanuel, by the way, I don't think you've updated it, or maybe the update didn't save. Or
Well, that's why I just skipped it. I thought it weren't supposed to be there.
oh,
Because...
okay.
Yeah, you need to get an iPad, sir. That Android is failing you.
do you know what I've done?
What do you do?
I've put it in Word and Road instead of in thingy. But yeah, let's go on to the topic of the day.
We need Esther back, man. This guy's to a pot. We need Esther back. Friday, Esther, come home. Please.
So today's topic of the day, right? The question is, does the government have too much or too little say over the way we live our lives?
Too much or too little?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Throw some examples at me.
Just anything. Do you feel like maybe in terms of your tax?
Yeah.
In terms of telling, for example, now they're saying in terms of benefits, they'll only support you up to 2 children, for example.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that cap shouldn't be there? Do you feel like maybe they should impose a ban, perhaps, on the amount of kids you can have if you don't earn a certain amount of money?
Yeah.
Like certain.
Sorry to cut you. Is that a thing? They only support you for up to 2 children now?
Yeah. So, certain benefits. Before.
How long has that been in place for?
I think I would say about 4 or 5 years now.
I don't think that's the government's responsibility. Like, you're deciding to have kids. So if you can't afford to have kids and you're relying on benefits, then don't have as many kids. Like don't you know what I mean? So in regards to that, I don't feel that's the government's fault. Like,
so sorry, just want to clarify.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about the 2 kids, if you had like an open application already, say you got 5 kids,
yeah.
and your application before that decision, you still get support for the 5 kids. But if like after that, for example, when that new law came in and you made a new application for housing benefit or whatever, it would only be for 2 kids. So going forward, just wanted to clarify.
Okay. I think the government should have a cap.
Okay. On the benefit or how many kids you can have?
No, on the benefit. No. I think it's up to us, you know, in terms of how many kids we want. But in terms of, I don't feel like you can be living at home, relying on benefits, and continuously having kids and asking for more and more money without trying to earn money yourself.
Okay.
Without trying to better your situation yourself, not always relying on the government. Every time I have a kid, I need more benefits. No. What are you doing to get your own money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all in all, to answer your question, all in all, do I think the government has too much say? It's hard to say because I feel like with the things that they have a say with, they're kind of meant to.
Okay.
No, I don't feel like they control anything outside of what they're meant to control.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, then maybe throw some things at me that disagree with. But I think as a whole, and obviously just because they control certain things and put certain legislations in place doesn't mean that we like them. But it's in our best interest, I guess, in totality to conform to certain things for everything to work the way it's meant to work, innit?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Are you talking that from one extreme to another? Like, are you talking about like, do you want like anarchy in that?
Well, I mean, just like in any way you kind of, because I guess certain things should be in place, you know what I'm saying? But do you feel like there's just certain things that is like, I don't think that's necessary? For example, this may make me sound crazy, yeah, but I think the biggest scam, is car insurance, yeah. But do you feel like car insurance should be a must? Or do you feel like, if you want it, type thing?
Why do you say it's a scam?
I don't think it's no, but it is. Obviously, insurance is just in case.
Exactly.
And if you go your whole driving life with no accidents, then in your mind you're thinking, oh, I could have saved money. But it's just in case. Like, I've seen so many accidents. Like, whenever I drive here, I see a fucking accident. Or I see a reason why the A13 is blocked up and I get there, it's like, oh, another accident. So accidents happen all the time. You can just Google it and see the rates.
Yeah.
They happen, innit? But if it's not happening to you, you're thinking, oh, I could have, you know what I mean? But it's just in case, isn't it?
But
some things in life is just in case.
Just in case, yeah. But do you feel you should get your money back then?
Oh, so if you go a year without nothing happening, yeah, of course.
But we don't.
We don't, but because the company's got to make money, innit?
But you know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, but if you look at the percentages of people who have accidents and don't, it's way more who don't.
Yeah.
So that means the companies will be forking out millions and billions every year.
Yeah.
So is it a scam for the people that claimed?
No, for them, I feel like, I guess it's not a scam because it was useful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something that like made sense. You needed it.
You're paying for the service to be covered, though.
Yeah. See, this is what my one of my friends always says to me. Yeah, but I kind of see it as like Yusuf said, right? Just in case. And if nothing happens, I should get something back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see insurance as a deterrent.
You're not paying for the insurance if nothing happens. You're paying for the insurance if something happens.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, that's neither here nor there.
But that's the problem. I'm seeing it as, well, if nothing happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like me saying, okay, you know what? If my car burns down or I'm giving you money to keep for me, so if it does happen, I can get it from you.
Yeah.
And I could spend on it, right?
Yeah.
But if my car don't burn down, I'm still expecting my money to be in your pocket and give it back to me.
You know what's the matter as
No,
well?
but sometimes you pay a premium. You're damaged that what you might be paying,
Yeah.
and then what you get back might be more than what you paid in, depending on what kind of insurance you got. If you got house insurance, all these kind of things, like you might get more than what you paid in on certain times.
Yeah,
it's true.
And there also, you know what's mad? We also, like, especially I think us in our black community, especially guys, right? We literally get insurance because we have to, not because we actually want to use it. Because when we get into accidents, we don't want to claim because we don't want to lose our no claims bonus. So we just end up doing it ourselves. Yeah. So we don't end up ever using our insurance. It's just...
What happens? So you don't gain nothing, essentially.
Because we have to do it, innit?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's like it's a scam. That's how I kind of see it. I know it kind of sounds
it's hard to say
mad, but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't like this. I just don't like insurance, man.
I don't think anyone likes insurance, innit? But certain things in life you just have to accept, innit?
Do you have insurance on anything else apart from like your car? I'm guessing you got car insurance.
Home insurance. Yeah.
So what do you see home insurance?
Why did you do that if you thought it was such a scam?
I had to, man. You know what I'm saying?
So what? Hold on. Do you see all types of insurance as a scam, or just car insurance?
Not all.
Like, do you fuck with travel insurance?
I mean, I get that. Free.
Oh, you gotta fuck with travel insurance, surely. Don't you get that? Just in case.
I'm not gonna lie. I've probably got travel insurance, maybe 0 or once in my entire life.
Have you ever needed it?
No.
There you go.
I've seen people go on holiday and bust their head and go in them hospitals and thing and then what?
Yeah, it's true. It makes sense.
What about if you got electrical goods with you? If you're traveling, if you lose your luggage, if things get stolen, I think travel insurance is slightly because it's cheap. It's about £20 or something.
It is cheap as well.
Exactly.
The only reason I don't do it, I'm just being lazy and I'm being, you know what I mean? But Yeah, no, because it is cheap. It is cheap.
Yeah, I get.
If I fly with my laptop, I get travel insurance. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's probably, and obviously I get cover for hospital fees and stuff like that. But I ain't really worried about all that. I'm not wishing no badness on me. But electrical goods, anything expensive, I'm bringing out of the country. I'm getting travel insurance. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's sensible. It's cheap. Makes it like
it's true.
Yeah, it's cheap. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what else is there that the government?
All right, let me throw something out.
Obviously, tax.
Yes.
Tax, obviously, and the amount of tax we pay. The fact that we pay tax, full stop, and the amount of tax as well is definitely...
Full stop? You don't think we should pay tax?
Let everyone do what they want their money, man.
Nothing would work though, man.
No, I'm playing.
But like, all right, you remember China had a ban on the amount of kids you can have?
Yeah.
And look at them today as a superpower, yeah? Do you feel like that kind of justified their decision to do that? Because now it's like...
But is there a direct correlation between them being a superpower and them having a kids cap?
I think so.
Explain it to me then. Like what's the link?
But their population was heaving, innit? Like there's a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
And obviously it was getting out of control. So I don't know, maybe it would have messed up the infrastructure of the country. They might not have been able to sustain that kind of growth. You know what I mean? So the fact that they're all right and they've got that control of things, it must have worked.
Yeah, but does that translate into them being a superpower though?
I think contributed to it because I think, like Mark was saying, it enabled them to kind of control certain things, and you're it's not like you're just using resources for all the children that you just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you can control the amount of resources that goes into like the welfare state, and stuff like that. And then I guess once you get a hold on that, you can then do other stuff. And I think that's what they kind of did. I know obviously there's other factors that went into them being a superpower. I think that was something that at least they believe they had to kind of keep, tabs on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in for example, a country like this, I know obviously the population is not out of control.
Yeah.
But do you feel like something like that could be welcomed, especially if now, for example, like we're saying, some people just have kids just to have kids, and they don't have the finances to actually look after those kids.
That's their own palaver.
But then we end up paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but when it comes to kids, man, it's like, how do you stop people from having kids? How do you put a ban and a cap on kids? It sounds kind of like...
Sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds Holocausty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not really for that, and I don't see the UK as somewhere that needs that type of
that's true.
legislation put in place. So I'm not for that. What else is there, man?
See what it is, I don't really listen to people anyway. You get what I'm trying to say. So they can't. I don't really like. I do what I want anyway. But you see, you lot need rules and regulations. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like having kids when you got kids in the household. You need rules. You know what I'm trying to say? That you can't. There's no such thing as being too much in your kid's life, especially it's for their best interest. You know what I'm trying to say? That they need rules. You don't need discipline. Some people don't even know what they're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? And the majority of the people need that. Without the government, we'll be screwed, I reckon.
Right. So what rules do you don't live by then, Rebel?
Huh?
I said
what?
What rules don't you live by?
No, obviously within reason. I listen to all the rules, the laws of the land, and whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's at my own discretion, innit? Like I pick and choose when I want to.
Don't we all?
Not really. I feel like I live with a certain amount of freedom that other people don't live by. Like because I do what I want when I want within reason. Anything that I do, I'm prepared to deal with any of the consequences for. Like I'm pretty cool in my situation. Like I don't mix with the government. They don't bother me. You get me? I pay what everyone needs to pay, and I cut through. You get me? Like, but I feel like a lot of people do need that guidelines and rules, like just to exist, because there's pure idiots out there.
Hold on, is your name on the system?
Yeah, of course.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm a registered voter.
You got your passport, NI number, all that stuff.
I think I got a national insurance number.
Tax code, all that stuff, no?
So who?
Bank accounts, everything.
Yep, I pay everything when I'm supposed to. Everything's all above board. I've got everything that I'm supposed to have. I've got a passport, driving license, national insurance number, birth certificate, whatever else you may need. I've got everything. The system's got me.
This is a dumb question, yeah. This is a dumb question. When you're on roads, yeah. from a certain age up until a certain age, yeah, and you have no history of employment, no history of paying tax, do you get letters saying "Wagwan" for you, kind of thing?
Nah.
Nah, it's just
Oh,
it's just a free
so.
reign.
Yeah, they just bother you. I think it's when people sign up to like job center and stuff like that.
Okay.
When you sign up to job center and you're receiving benefits, and I think they're onto you to because you're supposed to be actively looking for work and these things, or in education or in something or whatever in it. Yeah. So I think when you sign up to those kind of things, that's when they're onto you because they're asking you, "Well, go on, why didn't you come to the job center today?" Or
okay. All
me?
right. So if you're on road from 13 to 20, 21, 25, whatever, and you don't sign on or anything like that, the government leaves you alone.
Yeah, they don't bother you. I don't think.
Okay.
You don't have no interactions with them. There's no. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, interesting.
I think there might be a problem when you're a certain age, if like, because your parents could be claiming for benefits from you up until a certain age, or even if you're still living at home.
Yeah.
And then when you get to a certain age, I think things change. There might be issues there. They might ask what's he doing or where's he living or whatever. I'm not sure. Something like this. I think so. I don't know because I left home pretty young. But no, apart from that, they just let you get on with it. Because if you're not in the system doing system stuff, then you're just outside, isn't it?
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, to be honest, everything that he's communicated, he's a law-abiding citizen, just like both of you. He's no different.
No, that's what I was trying to ascertain because he was like, I live my life a certain way.
I don't know
like,
why he was trying to snitch at him.
So I was like, what don't you do that we will do?
No, you're trying to make a scene. You get me? I said what I said.
Live as well, you know. Live.
Hey, take this camera off me,
On
man.
the top left, you have the date, you have the time, everything's there. Oh man.
Remember, it's purely entertainment, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there should be a cap on the amount of times you can see your doctor in a year? Maybe dependent on the type of health condition you've got. So say you've got nothing, you can kind of like kind of like at your workplace, right?
Yeah.
You got a certain amount of time you can be sick before it goes to disciplinary and stuff like that, right? Say you've got no underlying health conditions.
Yeah.
Maybe a cap of maybe twice in a year.
Yeah.
If you've got, I don't know, something else, asthma, maybe 5 times.
Yeah.
Stuff like. Do you think there should be that?
I think they've kind of put that into place now, man.
You think so?
Yeah. It's not obvious, but when you, for example, with my GP, before I can get an appointment, I have to go online. I've got to fill out an online triage form to say what's wrong with me. And then depending on that, I'll get a call from the GP first. So I think they're going to ascertain what's wrong with you first before booking you for an appointment. And if they deem that your symptoms or what's wrong with you isn't worthy enough of an appointment, they might just give you advice over the phone or, you know what I mean? So I reckon that's kind of in place already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think there's no cap. There ain't no cap. You can go see your GP as long as many times as you want, innit?
No, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. There isn't a cap, but I feel like they've put a system in place which limits you just coming there willy-nilly whenever you have a headache or whenever you have little sniffles. They're like, I mean, what's wrong with you first? Tell us online what's wrong with you so we can see whether or not you're worthy of an appointment.
This is what we pay for, though. It's just the taxes and stuff like that, the NHS and all these things. Like we should be allowed to use it as much as we want because we're paying for it.
But some people end up using it like, I don't know, like once a month. You know what I'm saying? And really,
obviously there's hypochondriacs and stuff like that, but then people need to be diagnosed. That's why the NHS needs to be doing their
No, and
and
that's why they got the online forms, isn't it? Like, give us your symptoms right now, and then I'm a doctor. You don't have to come in. I can check your form, see what's wrong with you, and then give you a call. So it sounds like you've got a cold, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to come in.
Yeah.
So it depends. It depends what the issue is, isn't it?
I wouldn't want to be capped. I'm
not saying I want to be capped, but I think that they put a system in place which doesn't limit you, but they just want a better vetting system.
Yeah.
Don't just come in here whenever you feel a niggle or knock, whatever. You know what I mean? Just make sure you're coming here for something serious. Don't waste our time, basically.
Yeah, but you won't know if it's a waste of time until you check. Like I'm saying, if you're paying your taxes, if you're a taxpayer, good member of society, civilian, doing your thing and all that, these are the rights that are afforded to you. You get me? You didn't make the rules. Like I'm allowed to check as much as I want. I'm sorry.
Google. You know, the amount of times I've been to the doctor and I've been talking to them face to face, and I'm telling them my symptoms, and they're on Google. Just typing it in. I can see your screen, man. At least cover it. I can see your screen. I'm like, what is this?
Do you feel like inheritance tax? Yeah.
Oh, that's horrid. That one's bad. Sorry to cut you guys.
Yeah. Basically, like, what do you think about inheritance tax?
So I get inheritance and I got to pay tax on it.
Yeah.
What's the percentage?
Right. I think there's a range, right? But I think it's either it's 40% or they were trying to make it, or they were trying to make it 40%.
I don't think
someone write in the chat.
I don't think there should be any inheritance tax. If I get inheritance, then that should be all my money, every damn penny.
It says 40, I believe.
40% is ridiculous. That's insane.
Okay, so
inheritance. Inheritance should be tax free, man.
Yeah, it should be tax free. It's inheritance, man. This is my reward.
Especially if it came from someone that's paid taxes on it already. Do you get what I mean? Like,
exactly.
The money's there. They've been taxed. They've paid their taxes already. Like, and then they passed away. They want to leave this to their children, and then you're trying to tax it again. It just speaks to what the government's like, man. They're just little thieves, man. Just trying to get their hands on everything. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because you have to do that stuff on like properties and stuff, innit? Like, if someone's got a property, that's paid out for outright, they own it, yeah. If they leave that to their child, do you have to pay tax on that as well?
Yeah, within a certain amount of years. I think it's within 7 years of them.
So the house has been paid off for. What do you mean? What do I have to pay? Like, it's been paid off. My parents bought it. They own it.
Yeah.
Now I've got to pay to take it from them. That's ridiculous. That needs to be revised 100%. That's crazy. People should be writing in the streets for that one. That's wild.
Okay,
I'm not even lying.
What about what would you say to those that then say, okay, they tax it because if they don't, it's just another way for the rich to stay rich and the poor, I guess, to remain poor. It kind of closes the disparity.
I don't think it does anyway, because all them rich people, they be putting their money in trusts and that, and then they're not taxed. They're not getting no tax like that. The rich people understand money better than the poor people. So all the loopholes and all the things that they got to do to avoid paying all those taxes, like, they've got them on lock already. Like, they're not down bad at all. Like, they know what they're doing with their money, and they're cutting every single corner that they need to cut. It's the people without it who don't know money and don't know what they're doing, the ones who get foot with the bill all the time.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can reduce the amount of tax they take if it is you put in a trust.
Yeah, you can. It's like what Mark was saying, man. That's why they opt for those things. But regular people don't know about trusts and stuff. But yeah. But still, I think personally the idea of inheritance taxes is crazy. To be fair, I think it's crazy.
Who here pays their TV license?
Me,
Marks?
I don't watch live TV, so I don't need to have TV license.
Okay, Brent.
If you don't watch live events, if you don't watch live TV or live events in the UK, you do not need a TV license. So when they're bothering you and they're asking you, just tick no, I don't need one, and they should leave you alone, because
You don't watch live TV. Okay.
is that
not in my house.
okay? Because I heard if you watch like BBC iPlayer and stuff, you still need to pay TV license.
Yeah, but you sign up before you sign up. There's terms and conditions. It tells you that you need a TV license to use that.
Okay.
So just don't use that.
Okay.
You can watch stuff if you watch TV on the internet, or programs on the internet through them apps, just through the internet streaming. I don't think they can charge you for it. It's just
they do the same thing
BBC
when it is that you watch BBC iPlayer on your computer. It's the same difference.
No, what you're saying? If you
there's no
use
difference.
that-
The same thing.
No, but how else would you get it? I don't understand.
Yeah.
What, the BBC iPlayer?
Yeah.
No,
On your phone,
you
on your TV.
Yeah.
What?
No, you can watch iPlayer through a TV.
Yeah, but you would still need a TV license.
But if you use your laptop, then you need a TV license.
Yeah, you do.
So you need
streaming.
So you need a TV license to watch something on your laptop.
Yeah, because you're using.
If you have a BBC iPlayer, no matter what you're watching it on, if you use BBC iPlayer, you wouldn't need a TV license.
Okay, I don't use it anyway, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And it's like they're saying, I think I'm sure it says it doesn't matter whether you're watching it through TV, on your phone, or your computer, or whatever. If you watch live events and BBC stuff, then you need an iPlayer. I mean, you need a TV license.
Okay.
So just don't watch it live.
Someone said in the chat though, even if you have like Netflix alone, you have to have it. I'm not sure if that's true.
I don't think that's true.
I never heard of that before.
I don't think that's true. I've had enough qualms with TV license. I know what I've got. I think it's live events that take place in the UK. Then again, I'm not sure if that's worldwide or UK, but I know it's live TV events and that iPlayer thing. If you watch BBC iPlayer stuff, then you need one. If not, then just tell them no. You have to go about your business. You get me? Go about their business.
Last thing, what about like council tax and stuff? Do you feel like all of that's necessary? Do you feel like your roads get dealt with? Like, you know,
I don't even know what they charge me so much for. Council tax is a joke, and when they talk to you with council tax, they threaten you with so much vim that they're gonna send you to prison now.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm trying to say. Council tax are rude. You get me? Them council tax bills come thick and fast as well. I don't understand. Obviously, I don't know what bandwidth you are in, but brother, that council tax is horrid, and I don't even know. I don't know what I don't know what it does, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know what you pay council tax for. What is it actually supposed to do?
I've heard a couple of things, man. Like, but I'm not even too sure myself, because a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's for the roads in your borough, certain things, upkeep in your borough and stuff. But remember when I used to work in Hackney, one of the guys was like, no, it's not for that. Like, there's something else that take care of that. You know what I'm saying? And council tax is not actually for like the roads and stuff. So yeah, to this day I don't even know. Long story short, man. But yeah, man.
I have no idea. I literally thought it was for, like you said, upkeep.
But do you feel like, if you look around in your borough now, do you feel like that money's been put to good use?
Where I live now, yeah. But in the past, no. But yeah.
But yeah. All right. Ben, what's the poll saying?
It's done. People said that they want more government intervention.
They want more?
Yeah.
You want more?
90% said that they want more.
That can't be true, man.
Government intervention, as in they want what? They want more.
They want more government control over their lives.
You're definitely lying.
Oh my goodness.
53% said it's far too much. 12% said it's fine how it is, and 34% said I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I think I voted indifferent.
Yeah, nobody voted for more.
Good.
Which is good. We're teaching people well.
All right, well.
Council tax, bins, local parks, roads, food banks, etc. So it's good.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Council tax is a scam. Council tax is a scam. I don't like council tax. I can't lie to you.
Yeah. They're
rude, man. I told you, they talk. I don't know who they think they are as well. They message you with too much vim.
Yep.
They'll send people to prison for council tax, you know.
Yeah, they threaten you with it, definitely.
Yeah. I don't like that.
And I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those. What do you call it? Bills or whatever that never. What do you call it? Kind of expire. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can own it for like 20 years. It'll just be on your record.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know.
Yeah, they're gonna get their money, boy.
Make sure you
I think I've got direct debit in place for council tax. That's how horrible it is.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
No, everyone don't. I only just done that because they kept threatening me. I said, you know what, this is long.
Okay.
Let me just set up my direct debit.
All right. Cool.
All right, cool. Let's get into our next headlines.
Right, so a BBC investigation has found that refugee families in Syrian camps are begging for donations on TikTok, whilst the company takes up to 70% of the proceeds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so children are live streaming on the social media app for hours, pleading for digital gifts with cash value. The BBC saw streams earning up to $1,000, £900 an hour, but found refugees receiving only a tiny fraction of that. TikTok said it would take prompt action against exploitative begging. The company said that this type of content was not allowed on its platform, and it said its commission from digital gifts was significantly less than 70%, but declined to confirm what the exact amount was. Earlier this year, TikTok users saw their feeds fill with live streams of refugee families in Syrian camps, drawing support from some viewers, and concerns about scams from others. In the camps in the northwest of Syria, the BBC found that the trend was being facilitated by so-called TikTok middlemen who provided families with phones and equipment to go live. The middlemen said that they worked with agencies affiliated with TikTok in China and the Middle East, who gave the families access to TikTok accounts. These agencies are part of TikTok's global strategy to recruit live streamers and encourage users to spend more time on the app. Since the TikTok algorithm suggests content based on the geographic origin of a user's phone number, the middlemen said that they actually prefer to use British SIM cards. They say that people from the UK are the most generous gifters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Are they upset that that TikTok are taking like a commission, or is it that it's so high?
I think it's probably how high it is, to be fair. Yeah, I think it's probably how high it is. Yeah, because I mean,
So how come they
have to take some.
What's the normal thing? How can they pick and choose how much percentage they're taking? Ain't they like, don't you sign up the terms and conditions? Ain't there like a standard fee?
Boy, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I think certain things are just kind of hidden from, just hidden from the people, man. You know, like how I can't even think of an example. But you know how certain companies, I guess, like certain charities, you give X amount.
Yeah.
You don't know how much actually trickles down to the actual people.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I think it's just a similar type of concept where they don't tell you, but they did the investigation and found out like 70% they're keeping, which is crazy. But yeah. Anyway, our next headline is to do with MPs wanting women to get menopause checks at the age of 45. So women should be invited for a menopause checkup when they turn 35. A report for MPs said, criticising the current support as completely inadequate. The Menopause All-Party Parliamentary Group says it has listened carefully to women's experiences, including difficulties getting a diagnosis and accessing hormone replacement therapy, HRT. Many had long waits or were offered antidepressants, which is against guidelines. It says action is needed to improve the situation for those going through the menopause and the families, friends and colleagues also affected by it. And a health check offered to all women in their mid-40s as they approach the pre-menopause, when hormones decline and menopausal symptoms such as hot flushes and night sweats can begin, should help ensure the necessary support and care as early as possible. Men and women in England are already offered a free NHS health check once they hit 40, but that specifically looks for early signs of stroke, heart disease, diabetes, and dementia. Carolyn Harris MP, who chairs the group, said a taboo around the menopause still prevailed in all corners of society, in workplaces, within families, and among friends, in education, and in the medical profession. And untreated menopause symptoms could ruin relationships and careers. So,
What's the normal average age that women go through menopause?
I always thought it was like 50 plus,
Okay. And I kind of know what menopause is, but I don't know what it is at the same time. I don't know the actual science behind it and the actual definition.
Same.
Brent, can you help us with this, please?
But in this article that I was reading, it was basically saying that there was one woman who got menopause early from like 39.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why they're trying to implement some of this, because she went to a doctor and the doctor basically just said, look, sure, let's just wait and see.
Yeah.
Right. And didn't take it serious. And then obviously all that time she was just suffering.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And going through certain things. So, yeah. Now they want to make it law.
Brent, have you got the definition?
All right. So during menopause, your body goes through major hormonal changes, decreasing the amount of hormones it makes, particularly estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone are produced by the ovaries. When your ovaries no longer make enough estrogen and progesterone, hormone therapy can be used as a supplement.
Okay.
The period in a woman's life, typically between the ages of 45 and 50, when menstruation ceases. Anybody who has more information about this, can you call in? Thank you very much. I could do more reading, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We'll let somebody else call in and stuff. But yeah, the next headline is about migrants and Suella Braverman's new plans and how it looks as though it may affect Nigerians the most. So migrants from Nigeria may face a clampdown under Home Secretary Suella Braverman's plans to cut net migration as it emerged that citizens from the West African country are bringing the highest number of relatives to the UK. Nigerians accounted for 40% of all dependents who accompanied foreign students in the 12 months to June, despite Nigerian students making up just 7% of all foreign students in that period, according to Home Office figures. Some 34,000 Nigerians were given study visas in the UK, bringing them to a total of 31,898 dependents. A similar ratio was worked for work visas, with 8,972 Nigerians issued with one in the 12 months to June, bringing them with them 8,576 dependents. By comparison, 114,837 Chinese students who came to the UK last year brought with them just a total of 401 dependents. Yes. Whilst 93,049 Indian students came to Britain with just 24,916 dependents. So Ms. Braverman and Cabinet Office Minister Nadim Zahawi are considering imposing a cap on the number of children that foreign students can bring in a bid to cut unskilled migration. However, the Home Secretary's move appears to have split the cabinet and seems to be at odds with the public opinion, with a survey carried out by Ipsos Mori finding that only 29% of Conservative voters support a reduction in student immigration. The polling also found that the public remains divided over the government's controversial policy to send migrants to Rwanda, with 21% strongly opposed and also 21% strongly supportive. So yeah, man.
So what they're saying, these people are getting visas to come over here and just bringing everybody with them.
Basically, yeah, man.
Everybody.
Saying, yeah, just pull up. I said, I'm patterned, I'm good. The guy in England, step. That's crazy. The Chinese people, I said 114,000 people, they only brought over 400 men.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, that means they're in it for the right reasons. Look, man, you gotta get how you live, man.
This is it.
You get me? You gotta take what you can in this life. So I heard them. I heard them still. That is jokes.
So who's
All
worse
right,
so
cool.
far, Emmanuel?
Who's what?
Pretty or Suella?
I think Suella's looking worse, you know.
Because
You
of the
see-
short time she's been in the damage, she's already
Yeah,
looked,
man. Yeah.
right. She's coming up swinging though, innit?
I'm telling you.
It's better the devil you know, man. People tell you all the time, man.
This is it. This is it. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's the end of the headlines.
All right, cool. Let's get on to our segment. All right, cool. You know what it is. Esther is not here today, but she'll be back tomorrow. So we'll be back to regular programming. But now we're going to jump straight into People's Journal.
So welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. So first thing is just, there's only 2 points really. And basically the boss of the Bank of England has said that a bond buying scheme to stabilize pension funds must end on Friday. So obviously, as you know, that scheme was put in place to kind of help balance what was going on in the markets when Mr. Kwesi Kwarteng came out with his mini budget. And so it seemed to work. The pound recovered, but now that he's saying it needs to stop on Friday, the pound's kind of dropped again. So it's not looking too good because obviously it's making people kind of doubt what's going on with the government's policies and how this will affect the country going forward. The second thing, also actually just to wrap up with that, there's no actual nothing's come out to basically say that's what will happen on Friday, by the way, but just the actual suggestion of it. And since it is obviously the boss of the Bank of England, people are kind of reacting to it. And the second thing is, if you guys remember, Liz Truss didn't want to do the whole windfall tax, and she also removed the cap on how much the energy giants could actually earn, right? The bosses and things of that nature. Well, it's looking like she's going to U-turn on that potentially, right? So basically, what they're saying is renewable energy generators and nuclear power plants could have their revenues capped under this new government plan. So this will basically hit energy companies like SSE, Scottish Power, all of them basically, right? And basically prevent them from earning a certain amount. Now, obviously, people have come out and said this isn't a good thing for the same reason that she was saying earlier, which is that it doesn't really look good for those who can come from abroad to actually invest. You know what I'm saying? The more investment you get, typically there's less need, there's more competition, for example, and you should get your energy and stuff cheaper, which is what everyone would obviously benefit from today. But yeah, she's had to put a cap on it, man. I think that will be favourable to most people. Long term, I'm not too sure, but that's what it's looking like, man. So yeah, ministers say that the proposal would ensure consumers and businesses pay a fair price for their energy. But the energy bosses have come out, like I just said, and said it's going to put off investors. Currently in the UK, electricity prices are set by gas-fired generation. And with the price of the gas rocketing in recent months, some nuclear power plants and solar and wind farms have made big profits, which is what we've been hearing about, you know what I'm saying? Hence the reason why Rishi Sunak and people who kind of sided with him were saying, look, tax these people in it. Just do a windfall tax and this will help us. Obviously, as we heard, they didn't want to go with that and they chose to actually borrow more money. Doesn't make sense, but yeah, they did it. And yeah, long story short, she may be U-turning on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal today, man. Not much.
Nice.
All right, short and sweet. Let's get into our next segment, Wellness Wednesdays.
All right. So for Wellness Wednesday, I've got 2 quotes today. And I want to see if people in the chat, like we did last week, know who...
This instrumental is depressing, bruv. Are you suffering from symptoms? Do you have a headache? Do you have a runny nose? Do you have aches and pains? If so, you might need cocodamol oil today. Get cocodamol today with... What is this?
Use TDA as a discount.
Right?
All right, so people, if you know who said these quotes, yeah, type in the chat. All right, so there's only 2 today. And the first is, there is no better teacher than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance the next time. I'm saying it one more time. There's no better teacher than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance the next time. And the second quote is, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Right.
That's easy, man. That's Morgan Freeman.
No. I was gonna say that's guess, but wrong answers only. You know what I mean, I'm saying the first one's Will Smith. Has to be, bro.
But who do you think it is?
Wrong answers only, Brent.
Sorry, I'm producing. I'm trying to do something. Actually,
Man said, I'm trying to turn off this whack beat.
I was pressing a couple buttons. Like, what?
Somebody got it already, you know.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson. You're quoting Boris Johnson.
Nah, man,
you sell out.
Nah, man, it's the great Malcolm X, man.
Okay. What the first one?
Both.
Oh, both of them, Malcolm X.
Yeah,
Okay.
both.
Have you got his posters in your room?
I used to, you know. Yeah, when I was younger.
I'll do it.
What, next to Tupac?
Yeah, I had a Tupac one. I had a hip hop one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the ones with like
everyone's faces.
Yeah, I had that one, and I think I had 2 Malcolm ones. Yeah, man. By any means necessary.
So you used to wake up to men every morning.
You see what I'm saying?
Strong black man.
Strong black men, exactly. There you go. It's right. If you say it like that.
What poster did you have on your wall, Yusuf?
I had football, nothing but football posters. Like my room was covered head to toe in football posters. Like, do you remember Match Magazine? I don't know if you remember Match Magazine. It's an old magazine. It used to be like the prime football magazine. Football back in the day. My room, literally, there was no inch of wallpaper left at the end of it.
Serious.
When I took it all down, when I got a bit older, my walls was just full of blue tack. It was nasty. So I had to strip it, paint it. But yeah, I had nothing but football posters everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. You, Marks?
Galilon.
Gangsters
Galilon was on my wall, everybody.
What girls?
Yeah, just Galilon. What's the magazines called? Not Black Beat. What's them ones? What are they called? This is R&B Jones, Total, Escape, SWV.
Oh, is it?
All the R&B gal, just gal on my wall. That's it. Nothing else.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I couldn't have girls on my wall when I was younger. My parents would. What the fuck is this? Go to my room and see. Nah. Brent, what about you?
I didn't have any pictures. Of my wall.
Okay.
I had Bible verses.
Oh, is it? You're a simp. You're a simp for Jesus. No, I'm joking. Wait,
You say you're a simp. You say you're a simp for Jesus.
Wait. Did you have Bible verses that, like the same way you wrote your poetry here on the wall? Is it the same type of style?
No.
As
It's
you,
like
you put it on paper and you just stuck on the wall.
No, you know those things that you can get. I even had that footsteps one.
What do you mean?
You know when it is you're walking on the sand and you think it's just your feet or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think I know that
Carrying you,
one.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. My wall didn't have any pictures of footballers. Didn't have any pictures of rappers.
Yeah.
I didn't plaster my wall like that.
No.
I shared my room with Steven. So it probably needed to be a consensus decision.
Okay. Okay.
We didn't decorate our walls like that, man.
Half and half, innit?
Nah.
No. All right.
No, the R&B Jones had me in a headlock. I had all of them, all the groups, all the gal.
About page 3, did you have any page 3?
What kind of household do you think I live in?
The type of household that might have page 3 on the wall. I'm talking about your room. I'm talking about
Topless.
your sanctuary. I'm not talking about.
I wasn't paying rent. What sanctuary? That's my room by proxy. It's not really my room. I can't put topless gal up in there. What are you talking about?
Marks, your whole spiel is you live free, you do what you want. So I'm just going off that vibe.
I left home when I was like 16, 17, bro.
Yeah, so at 16, 17, that's probably the age where you might have topless women on your wall.
Yeah, in my own house. When I was younger, like, no, I can't have topless women on my wall. I don't know what kind of family you think I raised.
Hold on. So, no, I'm not saying you know. You live in. I met your mum. What I'm saying is, so you're saying when you moved out is when you had the women on your wall?
No. When I was at my mum's house.
Okay.
But they weren't naked or topless. They was R&B stars. They was the famous people. It was normal. It was all right. They weren't like skin out and that. It was just the pictures of them posing in the groups and that, innit?
Okay.
So what was in the bando?
Foxy Brown and that.
What was what?
What was it? What was in the walls in the bando?
It wasn't a band though. It was my house where I lived.
Wait. This is a good point. So your mum's house, you bought, paraphernalia into the house, but you couldn't have women on your wall.
I wasn't allowed to. Every time I got caught, I got in trouble for it. Yeah. Remember, the rules are made to be broken. They're not. This is not like some lax society.
Exactly. So hence why I thought you might break the rule and have a nice little topless picture on your wall.
So when she comes into my room, she just sees topless Johns, and you ain't even thinking this through.
No,
it don't make no sense.
I ain't talking.
No, but she'll walk in and see the pistol there. This nigga was more concerned, with hiding titties than he was hiding. You know what I mean? Oh, mate. But yeah.
That's jokes. Anyway, before we move on, just a quick reminder, we do daily segments, loads of them. Obviously, today's bonus Wednesdays. We've got asking for a friend and sis, what would you do? The number is 07564 841 073. It's at the top of the chat. Anybody, you don't want to get involved in any conversation we're having throughout the day, you can call. You know how that goes. Don't be shy. There's also an email that you can use. It's tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X. Or if you want, you can WhatsApp or iMessage us, DM us, all this good stuff. Contact us, whatever you do, man. Get involved. It's an interactive show. You're here every morning. You might as well take part in it. There's still time left for you to call up if anything perks your interest. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get into our next headlines.
So we kind of touched on Kanye West. Was it last week, right?
Again.
But yeah, man. Apparently, the interview with Tucker Carlson, there's some unaired clips that have been released. So unaired segments of an interview between Kanye West and Fox News host Tucker Carlson document the American rapper airing a series of comments based on conspiracy theories, adding to the growing controversy over the interview. So in the segments, first reported by the tech news outlet Motherboard, Kanye West, who's changed his legal name to Ye, detailed his belief that Planned Parenthood was founded to control the Jew population. He expanded and said, when I say Jew, I mean who the people known as the black race really are. This is who our people are. West allegedly also complained that his children were attending a school which celebrates Kwanzaa, which is an African-American holiday in December, saying he preferred the Jewish Hanukkah. He said, I prefer my kids' new Hanukkah than Kwanzaa. At least it will come with some financial engineering. In the clips, Kanye West also reiterated that he was vaccinated against the coronavirus, despite once allegedly condemning COVID-19 shots as being demonic and part of a plot to implant chips into people. Another showed him outlining claims that someone planted fake children in his house to manipulate his own children. Yeah. So on Sunday, as I'm sure many of you lot are aware, Twitter locked Kanye West's account after it removed a tweet in which Kanye West said he's going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. In the tweet, which is a platform, which the platform said violated its hate speech restrictions, West also argued he couldn't be anti-Semitic because black people were the real Jews. West was diagnosed with bipolar disorder years ago and has publicly spoken about his challenges with his mental health. However, since then, following his controversial statements, both medical experts and advocates have warned that mental health struggles and bigotry are distinct problems.
I didn't even know this happened.
Yeah, what is going on here, bro? What
We said they shut his shit down, yeah? He's done out here.
Yeah, man.
When I say Jew, I mean who the people known as the race. What is black race? What's he talking about?
So out of all those things that you read out, man, what was the wildest thing?
I think the wildest thing is the fake children.
Why do you think that's the wildest thing?
Because I need a bit more clarity on what he means by fake children.
Yeah, that part doesn't even make sense, to be fair.
What, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean by fake
Does it
children?
mean he walked into his house one day and he saw 3 kids that weren't his just in his house and they asked, oh, who are you? And they couldn't tell him. Like, what's he talking about?
You need more clarity?
No, I don't want more clarity.
No, I'm talking to this young man.
Oh.
Yeah,
Probably like
because
one-
what does fake children mean?
What do you think he means?
I don't know.
What do you think he means, Brent?
I don't know.
I'd take the nigga at his word. He thinks that his children were replaced.
They've been replaced.
But wait. But he's saying they'll put in his house to manipulate his own children. So how are they replaced? What do you mean?
Is he just talking about his children's friends who came over after school?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, you know what I mean?
But,
West and what's the other name the kids?
North.
They're
Oh,
Yeah, but he's probably saying they're not like real.
Yeah,
they're not real, like
exactly.
they're sleeper cells. Like basically,
Yeah.
like they're made that they're coming over to play over. And they're just like friends, but they're not. They're like agents.
So he's saying that the FBI, the CIA, nah, please.
All right,
Yeah, man.
cool.
Like,
So why don't you think they aired this stuff on
So
Fox?
it's anti-Semitic, no?
No,
Yeah.
they like that kind of stuff on Fox.
Oh, is it?
No?
Oh.
So why didn't they air it? Why did they just air the White Lives Matter stuff? Why didn't they air the rest of it? What do you think?
I think
When you mix the foolishness, like it's painting the waters, isn't it? They got a message that they want to.
I'm
They don't
talking
want
to
it to
the
seem.
handsome man in the studio right now. I'll get to you, Marks.
no, exactly what I was gonna say. Like just to make it legitimize what you're saying, innit? Because if you hear all this as well, most people think, nah, this guy's insane, man. Like, why are we giving him a platform? You know what I'm saying? It will just rubbish everything that he's saying.
So what's your take on him now? Like, are you still waiting for an explanation to everything that he's saying?
Explanation to what though?
Everything. I mean, do you still want clarity on these?
Oh, he
things?
gave clarity before though, didn't he?
On these fake children stuff.
I mean, the fake children, it's neither here or there. I don't really care about that, innit? Like, it doesn't. I don't think it does anything for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really need clarity. It would be nice to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be funny, but I don't need clarity. It doesn't really affect black people like that, innit? You know what I'm saying?
What the White Lives Matter stuff? Is it you like doubting it?
Am I doubting it?
Yeah, obviously before your position was a bit was in the air. We weren't really sure where you stood on it.
I don't know why that is though, because
Alright,
I was clear. I was saying I understand what everyone's saying. I was basically just again questioning why it is people would just rubbish somebody if this was their first, you know what I'm saying, so-called offense.
Do you
That's what
think
I was
he's a
talking
mukmuk?
about. I mean, I feel like he's got some mental health problems, man.
He's a what, sorry? A mukbuk.
Mukmuk.
What's that, please?
Mumu.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like he's got some issues, man. But I don't. think
On behalf of the people, can we move on from Kanye West, please?
Yeah, we will.
Oh, was that a request in the chat?
Well, the people
No, it's my request. I just know,
Oh,
I just know what the
your
people want. I just know what the people want. It's my request. Can we just move on, please?
All right, let's do it. All right, so you guys remember Angela Lansbury, yeah?
Remind me.
Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
Yeah, she's unfortunately passed away, man.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So Dame Angela Lansbury, who won international acclaim as the star of the US TV crime series Murder, She Wrote, has died at age 96. The three-time Oscar nominee had a career spanning 8 decades across film, theatre, and television. She was born in 1925, and she was one of the last surviving stars of the golden age of Hollywood cinema. She thrived on Broadway and Hollywood in the early years of her career, but it was her portrayal of Jessica Fletcher in the television series Murder, She Wrote that gained her millions of fans across the world. She took up the role in 1984 and continued for 12 years and had 9 seasons. And that show made her one of the wealthiest women in the US at the time. Her fortune was estimated at $100 million. At that time is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Many tributes mentioned her work to raise awareness and money for AIDS in the 1980s and the 90s, fronting the TV information campaign and headlining fundraising events. And her family came out in a statement and said that she died in her sleep just 5 days before her 97th birthday, peacefully.
96. She's the same age as the Queen.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
man.
no, she lived a long life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Murder, She Wrote. What's the show you watched when you were a kid here that you had no right watching because it was just a bit too old for you, but you watched it anyway? Mine was Dallas. I don't know, guys. You guys remember that?
I remember Dallas. I never used to watch Dallas like
That's
that.
what Dallas. Me and my mum. That's what Dallas together. Yeah, but I was young.
I watched all of them. Murder, She Wrote. My nan used to love Murder, She Wrote. She used to come on all the time.
Yeah, I used to watch Murder,
She got like, she must have like 1 trillion episodes because this show don't stop.
Yeah.
No wonder she got 100 million, boy. She was working. They're bare Murder, She Wrote, but they're dope though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Did anyone used to watch Golden Girls?
No.
No, I never used to watch that. You know.
Colombo.
Man said no with so much vim. Why was you so adamant about the no, bro?
Bro, what'd you say?
Golden Girls was like, I just couldn't connect.
No, that's what I'm saying. The question is, shows that you had no right watching because you wouldn't even think that they'll pique your interest, but you did. Yeah.
I get what you just like. Golden Girls is not my show. I couldn't tell you anything. But I've watched enough episodes. I've watched enough episodes to know to say that I've watched Golden Girls. I don't know why I was watching that shit.
Yeah, why would an 11-year-old black boy be watching Golden Girls?
that, yeah.
But I was. Not all the time, but I watched it enough.
House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie.
House on the Prairie. That's when the little girl went blind, innit? What happened to her again?
I remember Little House on the Prairie.
That was Little House on the Prairie, man. The thing got mashed up as she got old. Little House on the Prairie was serious.
Yeah.
The show, there were some meaty shows that were dope, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's a Columbo. No, that was a bit too boring for me. Columbo.
Did you watch Poirot? He was annoying.
Poirot.
Oh yeah, Agatha Christie.
Yeah, it's like a detective, man. He's like the male version of this woman.
Yeah, he had that moustache, innit?
Yeah.
Do you remember a show called MacGyver?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever watched MacGyver though.
I never used to watch it like that though. Was it MacGyver on Simpsons as well?
As in he had like a little
Like he used to
episode.
come on like.
I'm not sure.
Happened?
I'm not sure.
No, I think it was Bart Simpson's aunties used to love MacGyver, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there were a lot of shows back then.
Sunset
Man.
Beach.
Oh my.
Yeah, but that was a bit. That
came
was
a bit later,
That was a
yeah.
bit later when we were a bit older.
Secondary school. I think.
I couldn't get into Sunset Beach. I don't know what Sunset Beach is. I just hear about it. Like they kill a man and then bring him back.
Listen, that show was all aesthetics
Yeah,
and just drama.
That's it.
It was about what everyone looked like, the background, the beach, the backdrops, and everyone had to be good looking. But it was just bare dramatics. It was just hella dramatics, bro. I swear at the end of it, it was all a dream.
What?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
What?
Like one of the main girls, or I can't remember who it was. They just woke up and the whole of Sunset Beach was a dream.
That's insane.
So what type of cop out is this?
That is insane.
That's ridiculous. It was all a dream.
Ooh, Touched by an Angel.
I remember that. I don't think I watched it though. I remember
What's that?
Touched by. Isn't it the one where there's this lady who's like she kind of appears in different people's lives, right? In America.
I remember that.
And she's an angel.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. So that show, that you're saying it to me is coming back to me. It sounds so crap.
Quantum Leap. Do you remember Quantum Leap?
Yo,
Quantum Leap.
spud me.
Yeah.
Spud me.
Oh no, Quantum
Spud
Leap.
me.
You know?
Fam, Quantum Leap.
What's Quantum Leap?
Forget about it, bro. That's my show.
Quantum Leap was cold. We used to go back in history in a different times and
Yeah.
fix things and all that.
Yeah, so he used to, like, the main character, he used to go back in time Yeah. And he used to be, just say he went back in time and he was in World War II. Now he's a character now. He has to somehow fix something that happened, or then he might go back to slavery. He might go back to the Holocaust, whatever. He just goes back in time and he has to fix something. It was dope. And then he'll come back to his real time, I think, innit? For a bit.
Yeah.
And then go back. Quantum Leap was dope, man. Super dope.
Oh yeah, Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I remember Flash Gordon.
Bed knobs and broomsticks. That was a film though. That wasn't a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a film.
Did anyone remember watching Eurotrash? Nah, come on, we all watched it, bro.
Never heard of it.
You heard of it?
You weren't about
What?
You weren't about what was going on in my yard. You was watching Blue Movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
No, wait. We're
See what I mean? See what people are like.
Wait, you telling me you don't watch Eurotrash? Okay,
You're watching Eurotrash in the family room. You're worried about Michael
What's
Boston.
Eurotrash?
What is it?
Eurotrash it was this French show, yeah. It was kind of like it's hard to describe, bro. It was a bit pornish. It was a bit porn, but it wasn't a porno. It was a talk show with these two male hosts who were French and flamboyant, and they just go to different segments and different stories about different sexual things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching that in the family home, yeah?
I watched it in my bedroom.
Okay.
My bedroom still. Listen, as a kid, Eurotrash was prime viewing. You know what I mean? Prime viewing. But yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You moving on?
Yeah, that's the end of the headlines, man.
All right, then. Well, let's get into our favorite segment, the reaction.
Chelsea beat AC Milan yesterday, man. Chelsea secured an important 2-0 win over AC Milan at the San Siro, thanks to goals from Jorginho and Aubameyang after Tomori's red card. So the former Blues defender was adjudged to have pulled back Mason Mount inside the penalty box midway through the first half, with the referee pointing to the spot and sending off the England player. Milan were obviously furious, and Tomori took forever to leave the pitch. But Graham Potter's side deserve huge credit for their professional job on the Italian side. Jorginho converted from the spot, and Aubameyang finished off a fine move with Mount again to the fore, and Chelsea were well on their way to a very good win, a much-deserved win. The club's first Champions League win away to the Italian opposition in 19 years. And now that makes it back-to-back wins, because like we said last week, they won also. And now they're top of Group E. They're doing their job, man.
Yeah. I watched the highlights. That wasn't a red card to Tomori. That was soft. The ref was, I don't know what the ref was on.
Seen it? Yes, it's bad girls. Sorry. No, I was reading the chat because Jin just said something about Prisoner Cell Block H, and only real ones know about that show. But the English one is Bad Girls. Yeah, they got it right. So,
Brent, did you see the Aubameyang?
Cool.
No, not the goal. The
video where he's talking about Arteta.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that was recorded right after he left, right?
So there's a A Jewelers. I know Mark's on A Jewelers. They have a YouTube vlog series in it. So they went to Paris to see him, and they're sending him jewelry in it. So in between them sending him jewelry, they're just having casual conversation. That's where it's from in it. I saw a lot of sports reporters confused about where the clip came from in it. Anyway, I say that to say this. I'm eagerly awaiting Chelsea versus Arsenal, because now we have a subplot. It's going to be Aubameyang's return. Obviously, him and Arteta clearly had some type of friction. So I'm eagerly awaiting that match to see what happens, man. If he scores, is he going to celebrate? Is he going to run down the pitch like Adebayor? You know what I mean? So yeah.
What do you say about Arteta?
He basically said that Arteta can't handle big characters.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he's meaty and he just needs young boys who just listen and do what they're told and don't know nothing, basically. Can't handle superstars and that.
Basically, yeah. Wow. So he needs to surround himself with young players.
But he has put out a tweet after that saying that he was in his feelings.
Yeah, of course
and he was angry and he was just chatting crap.
I don't think he was chatting crap.
And
I think
he rates Arteta because he's top of the league right now.
I think he might rate Arteta as a manager.
That's damage control. You can't listen to nothing his publicist made him right. That's bullshit. Yeah. We heard his true feelings.
Brent,
okay,
he said what he said and he meant that shit.
I do believe he actually meant to say he doesn't know how to basically give me leeway. He doesn't know how to reward my bad behavior. That's basically what he said.
he doesn't have to reward my bad behavior.
Yes.
Why does his bad behavior need a reward?
Because he was coming in late and all sorts, and Arteta said, "Nah, this is not the standard. You need to do better."
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. So he was vexed.
Yeah.
And he vented.
Yeah, no. But you're saying that he didn't mean it. I think he meant it. I think he could still.
No, I 100% believe that he didn't like the fact that he got kind of kicked out. 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's a little brat.
But yeah. Also, Reece James is injured as well, isn't it? So now Reece, Trent, and there's another England right back who's injured as well. Oh, Carl Walker. They're all injured now, innit? So they're saying that all three of them might be doubts for the World Cup. So Ben White, lace up your boots, son.
Are these like serious injuries? Because we've got like quite a few months to go.
I'm not sure the severity of the injuries, but it's just a narrative on Twitter right now, isn't it? Like these three are out. Like who would they call up if these three couldn't go in it? So everyone's debating: is it going to be?
It'll be Trippier and James, isn't it? I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to go with Trent.
No.
Trippier and Trent will be in front of Ben White though, because Ben White, even though he's playing good, he's not really a right back, innit? That's what's killing him. If he was playing centre back and Arsenal are top of the league and playing how they're playing now, he would be on the plane. But he's not a right back, so
I know, but he's proven that he can play right back.
Yeah, we don't need all that.
What's that?
We just don't need all that.
What do you mean you don't need all that?
You're going to take specialists. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Trippier, Reece James is
No.
cool.
What I'm saying, Reece James is another one who's injured. That's what I'm saying. It's Reece.
Oh, Reece James injured again, you're saying?
Yeah. Reece, Carl Walker, and Trent are all injured. Those three are injured.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Sorry, my bad. Okay, cool. I'm with you now.
Yeah. So does your stance change or not?
No, because Wan-Bissaka ain't declared for what country. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it ain't changed, bro.
Wait, hold on. So what? Given the options out of Wan-Bissaka and Ben White, you're taking Wan-Bissaka?
Who's the better fullback?
I think Ben White's better than Wan-Bissaka. Even though Ben White is not a specialist right back, I think he's better.
You know what? Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. I don't want to get into this.
Mags, what do you think about Potter?
Graham Potter.
Yeah.
I think he's good, man. I think he's an extremely good coach. I thought that was the right decision for them to go with him. Obviously, you don't know how he handles big players and the big team and stuff like that, but he is genuinely a good coach. Brighton was playing some good stuff, even though they're playing better stuff now, which is weird. But yeah, I like Potter. I think he'll be all right. He's got a lot of talent there. I think he'll do good. I think he'll do good under them.
All right, give me a hot take.
A hot take about Graham Potter?
100% with Chelsea.
I'm not invested. I'm sorry to let you down, Brent. I'm not really invested.
I tried.
Yeah, I'm not invested in Chelsea like that. I don't know.
All right.
So second headline, Man City, they drew with Copenhagen yesterday. They qualified for the knockout stage of the Champions League despite resting Haaland, failing to score, and also having Sergio Gomez sent off in a frustrating VAR dominated goalless draw with Copenhagen. Rodri also had a goal disallowed, and Mahrez missed a penalty after referee Diaz made repeated visits to the pitchside monitor at Parken Stadium in Denmark. The stalemate still guaranteed Man City's place in the last 16 of the Champions League for another year after Sevilla later failed to beat Borussia Dortmund. But it was not a night that will live long in the memory. Explaining his decision not to play Haaland, Guardiola said during the post-match press conference that he finished the game against Southampton so-so. He was tired and he didn't recover well. Yesterday was not so good. Today was a little better, but not perfect. So we decided not to take the risk.
Yeah, you can't play him every single game, innit?
Yeah.
I mean...
No, remember, he's not going to World Cup, innit? So he can play more than the rest of them.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to World Cup. How can the World Cup not have Erling Haaland, man? That's a damn shame.
There's a lot of people, there's a lot of top players, especially from our league, that ain't but yeah. That was a poor draw. I watched it. I see Rodri's goal get disallowed. That would have been cool, but no.
Sounds frustrating, man. Miss penalty, disallowed goal, sending off. It's all, you know what I mean? It's a
I suppose they should be happy they didn't lose though, with 10 men and that.
Yeah. Also, before we move on to the next one, Ballon d'Or is next week. Margs, what's your Ballon d'Or predictions?
Who would my Ballon d'Or prediction go to? Benzema?
Yeah. Same
I think Benzema should win it from the last season that he had everything. I'm guessing it would be Benzema. I can't even think of who else is in and outs around it. I think Benzema should take it.
Yeah, Brent, what about you? Benzie baby for me still.
Ben White.
Who won it last year?
Who won Ballon d'Or last year? Marks. Let me check.
I don't know. I went the Modric one. That would have been the one before. I can't even think. I don't know why. Don't know. Sorry. There you go.
It was Messi.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was Messi.
Okay. But I guess now's the end of that Messi, Ronaldo back and forth now, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think neither Messi or Ronaldo will ever win. Obviously not Ronaldo, but I don't think Messi will win the Ballon d'Or again. Well, who knows actually with Messi, to be fair. Because Messi is what? He's 34, 33, 34?
Was it?
So yeah, and he's a few years behind Ronaldo in age, isn't it?
Okay.
And Ronaldo's seeming like he's at the end. I saw a rumor that Ten Hag is saying that he can leave in January, and he might go to Inter Miami. He might go and play in the MLS.
America. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not talking down on man's people. You ain't got no one in your team that scored 700
No
league goals.
No one's talking to you, bro.
League goals, you
Get
know.
involved,
The
bro.
extra 100 and something more for the country, you know. We've got a World Cup coming up about it. And how you know you're going to go win the World Cup with Portugal? What are you talking about?
He ain't winning nothing with Portugal.
Relax.
Nothing with Portugal. He ain't winning a damn thing with Portugal. Hold on, before we move on then to this one. Who's your pick for the World Cup?
Bear in mind, we
England.
will revisit this closer to the World Cup.
Yeah, of course. What's that?
England.
That's who you want to win or who you think is going to win?
It's just who I support. It's the only time rarely enough, it's the only time I class myself as English when there's sporting events going on like World Cup and Euros and all that. I get with it for whatever reason. I forget everything I said for the rest of the year and I turn English. So let's go England.
For me, as Nigeria not in it, obviously I love England to win it, of course, but I want Messi to win the World Cup. So Argentina, come on. Bring it home.
I actually want England to win it. I want England to win it.
Of course I want England to win it, but I want, for Messi's legacy, for his career, I want him to have a World Cup. I need Messi to win the World Cup.
I feel like it's too late.
Come on, England!
What's that?
I feel like it's too late though, man. For Messi.
Not too. No, he ain't the only one on the team.
You think the squad is strong enough though?
I think this. Yeah, not. Here and there.
Who has the strongest squad, Mags? Top three.
France.
France have about 3 starting 11s, bro. They're ridiculous.
Spain are looking good again though. Spain are back. Obviously, they haven't got like those huge names like with the Iniestas and the Xavis right there, but like they're a unit. They've always been good at football. They've been looking good in the qualifying and stuff like that. Spain look serious footballing wise. They could surprise a few people, but I think France might be. You know what? England, you got to do the math, man. They went to the semis in the last World Cup, then the finals of the Euros. Yeah, and they got a lot of young talent. Obviously, in these qualifiers and that, the team hasn't looked good, and Gareth is wobbling a little bit. Yeah, but there's a lot of talent in that team. It's a decent squad, man. There's good players all around it. So I think they got to be up there.
I think
who else?
I think Brazil, France, and England probably have the best squads. Brazil have a lot of attacking options. Like they have bare.
Yeah, forget about Brazil. Brazil will probably do it, innit?
What about
Neymar
Germany?
started off this season very smoky. He's moved like he's got something to prove. Like maybe he wants that Ballon d'Or. Brazil might be a problem at this tournament. Trust me.
That Neymar take might lead into our next headline.
This is true. Well, some news from Mbappe, and he wants to leave PSG. So it's been reported by a French football expert, Julien Laurens, basically saying that Mbappe feels betrayed by PSG and wants to leave the club in January. The France forward signed a new 3-year deal in May, but apparently is saying he now feels he made a mistake. Mbappe scored 12 goals in all competitions for PSG this season and would prefer a move to Real Madrid. But PSG's sporting director, Louis Campos, said that the 23-year-old has never talked about leaving the club in January. Speaking to BBC Radio 5 Live, Lawrence, who is this French football expert, said that he feels betrayed by the club in the sense that all the things the club promised him when he signed that new deal until 2025 have not happened. The promises that they will sign a new striker so he can play in his best position off the striker, that Neymar wouldn't be there and that he would be sold.
Mbappe is a bastard.
that they would sign a centre-back and he would be at the centre of the project. All these things have not happened. We knew that there were tensions and now he's made his mind up and he doesn't want to be there. He feels he made a mistake by extending his contract and he should have left in the summer. Now he's looking at the January transfer window at where he could go.
It's being reported that Liverpool got a straight shot on him because they've got something in place where they're not going to send him to Real Madrid. And I think some of the reports I was reading last night saying that kind of stuff's like I don't know if it's contractually or whatever, but they know basically if they're going to sell him, Real Madrid can't get him basically. And the contract's not a 3-year contract; it's a 2-year contract. The third year is an option, but it's a player option. So he's essentially going to be in the last year of his contract from January. Which is why it's actually feasible that he might actually get out of there. You get me? Because if he's got a year left, they're gonna have to get something from it. Or people think it's like 18 months, but it's not, because if he gets to next January, he can sign pre-contracts with European teams and shit. So it is actually 12 months. If he wants to go, I don't think you're gonna risk losing him for free again, like 2 seasons in a row and all that shit. After giving him all that money. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if he's being serious and he doesn't want to get out of there, he can get out of there. It's just about who can afford to take him. And I think Real Madrid's off the table. I don't know if Liverpool got that kind of piece. United should look, you know what I'm saying? I mean...
I hope not. Please don't ruin that boy, man.
What do you mean?
I mean, don't ruin that boy.
That'd be a great home for him, man.
Nah,
Trust me.
And we're looking to replace Nketiah, so...
What? Who? What? I think you stay out of this.
The thing is, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know financially, Arsenal can't afford to buy or even pay his wages, right? They probably could do it, but they wouldn't do it, right? In terms of team fit and a project, Mbappe would be perfect for Arsenal. Let's be honest with ourselves. He would be. Yeah.
Well, he said he wants to play. He wants to play 2 up top with the pivot, with a strike, with a target man, and rare. You don't play like that.
No, we don't. But who played like that though?
No. Newcastle was out.
Because he was saying that he wants to play like he plays for France. You got Giroud, who's the target man, and he wants to play off Giroud, innit? So that was the example that I saw online, innit? That he wants the same setup he has at France, right? Where are you gonna get that now? What, West Ham? You and fucking Samaka? Like, what? What team? Like the Andy Carrolls of the world? Like, they don't really exist, innit? So what target man's he even talking about anyway? And then the whole Neymar thing. He just coming across as a little spoiled brat, bruv. Man said, I want Neymar out of the club. He wants to be the biggest person at the club, innit? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Arsenal would be a sick fit, but it wouldn't happen. Because I feel like Arsenal is not... I think he's looking at the upper.
You one second. You're just ignoring that video.
What?
Mbappe, I mean, Aubameyang told you. You think, what the fuck's Arteta going to do with Mbappe? You can't handle
that's a whole other situation as well. I don't think...
it's facts on facts. You just heard it from the horse's mouth.
No, I know. I'm agreeing with you. Brent, I was going to say, right, I don't feel like Arteta would want Mbappe, you know. I don't feel like he would. I feel like Arteta is very happy with the players that he has, the front three he has, and even though Mbappe would bench any of them, I don't think Arteta would want him to bench any of them. I think Mbappe. I think if we were presented with the opportunity to get him, I think Arteta would say no. As mad as that might sound, I think Arteta would say no.
Because he's happy with how things work right now.
Yeah, because of I think he's happy with the team he has now. He wants to add players that are happy coming off the bench if they need to, because I think this front three we have, that's what he wants to play. And Mbappe coming in, one of them is going to be on the bench. Facts. You know what I mean? But I would take Mbappe for sure, of course.
I think anyone would, but I think there's only a few teams that could realistically make it happen. If Real Madrid's off the table, and I've heard him say that he wants to try his hand in the Prem, if Real Madrid's off the table, realistically, you're looking at United, Newcastle, and I think Liverpool always find money from somewhere, but they just spent a load of it on Darwin and that. So I don't know if they could actually make it work.
The thing is, Newcastle have the peas. They have the peas, but he ain't getting Newcastle, right?
Yeah, he ain't going Newcastle, no.
The two clubs that I reckon are ambitious enough and think this is Football Manager enough to attempt to buy him is Chelsea and Man United.
Not Man United.
You think Man United won't attempt to buy Mbappe? Of course they would.
Theatre of Dreams and that.
What's that?
I said Theatre of Dreams and that, obviously. Cool. But
no, Man United will definitely put their hand in the pot.
100%.
This is Man United we're talking about. Like,
Obviously, you'd
And we
want.
could afford to put together a package for him, definitely.
Mm.
What, you don't think?
I believe so. I believe so.
You don't can't afford him. Whether you would want him or not, you can't afford him.
All right, cool. Thank you.
I think the Cronkies have enough money to do it, but they wouldn't do it.
I think, as you said, it boils on to what Arteta would want.
Yeah, and I don't think Arteta wants Mbappe. It's dumb as that sounds.
I don't think it sounds dumb at all.
Yeah, I don't think he wants him.
He doesn't want it because he knows he couldn't control him. He knows he couldn't manage him.
Yeah, because
he knows he couldn't help him advance as a footballer.
Because he has an ego. He's young. He knows he's the best. He has an ego. He wants even the stipulations of his deal that he signed was like, oh yeah, he has all this say and all this control of the club. I'm like, you're giving this boy all this power. I actually thought before you read out this little spiel here, I thought the whole thing was a ruse. I think he signed the money. He signed the contract, got the P's, and was always going to want to leave anyway. Because in my head, I'm thinking, if you want to push on your career, why are you staying at PSG anyway? That league's meaty.
Suppose, Margs, he actually entertains going to Man United, and the stipulation is that he is basically the coach now, and he picks the team. Would you have him?
No.
As in, he basically says, get rid of that flipping ogre in the back. What's his name? Maguire. Fix the defense.
I mean, no, he can't pick the team. If he came through saying, I want you to improve the back line and to replace someone or whatever, it couldn't matter. It doesn't matter what player it is. If that was his stance and stipulation, then all right, cool, we can hear you out, because I think like the juice is worth the squeeze. It's Mbappe. But not like total control about you're the gaffer. No, you got to fall in line, man. I don't know what you think. This ain't Arsenal. That can only happen at a club at Arsenal.
Can you tell me what your project is?
That actually never happened at Arsenal, and it's proven.
Yes.
It don't happen at Arsenal.
Can you tell me what it is Man United's project is?
What do you mean?
What are you guys going to be doing for the next 3-4 years?
I don't understand the way you frame that question. What are you going to be doing?
Do you know what Arteta is looking to do for the next 3-4 years?
No.
Can you see what he's trying to do for the next 3-4 years based on what he's done so far?
We don't know what's going to happen in the next 3-4 years. He's trying to rebuild a team. And he's trying to. You're just trying to.
I don't want you to get on the defensive right now, right?
I am not. You asked me what. How can I know what he's doing in 3-4 years?
Can you see the project that Arteta is building?
Can I see the project?
Yes.
No, he's been building it.
But he's blueprint.
Basically, yeah, I feel like he's been building it for the past 3-4 seasons, and I feel like this is what he was working towards. This is as good as it gets for him. I don't see much improvement he can make on the team.
Oh, you think we're finished?
Not finished. No, he's not doing all right now. He's not good again.
Finished building.
Not finished building, but as far as like players being available in the world and stuff, there's so many other like better destinations for players to go to. Like, it's like, what level of player?
What are you talking about? Better destinations?
I'm just saying, what level of player are you going to bring in? There's just options. There's better like when you talk about top level players, I just don't see them coming to Arsenal. So obviously, if he's going to do a coach and bring in young talent and cultivate and do all that stuff, then yeah, he can do that. But when you want the icing on the cake and the cherry on the top, I don't see you not being able to get that. I don't see no big player coming Arsenal. I don't see none of the top 10, 20 players in the world going Arsenal in the next 2-3 years. So no, I don't know what he's like. What he's building is this.
No, Marks, you are a hater, bro.
It's really.
I'm just saying this is what he's building.
Listen to me, yeah.
This is what he's building.
Listen to me. With this team we have now, yeah. If we qualify for the Champions League, yeah, which we will, right? You're telling me we can't attract A-list players to this team in the Champions League? Knock it off, bro. Come on, relax.
I just think this is what he was building. Like,
yeah, but this is not. It's not over. This is not. He ain't sitting down thinking, okay, I've done it now. No, he wants to improve. He wants to. We ain't gonna win the league this season.
Dominate.
We ain't gonna win the league this season. We're not in the Champions League. So how is it over? It's not over.
I just think this is what he was building. I just think this is what he was working towards. Pardon?
So what's United doing? What's United's plan? What's Ten Hag's plan? That you know?
It's the same to get back on top. Our thing's different. Like, our thing's world domination. You know what I'm trying to say? That our thing's totally separate. No, our thing is totally separate to you. You know what I'm trying to say? That we've always, even in our low hanging fruit days, even in all this crap, we've always been able to bring in top talent and like we get the Pharaoh dreams rocking. We bring in the best talent from around the world, and we want to start challenging for trophies again, playing in Europe consistently, all this stuff. But everybody wants to get back to where they was. But our getting back is here, and you lot's getting back. You are basically almost back. Like,
move, man. We're not almost back, bro. Pussy off.
You don't understand what you're talking about. You are basically the project's almost complete. Like, you don't nearly where you was. This is what more do you want? Like, I don't get it. I don't know who you think you are.
What do you mean? Who do you think we are?
This is mad. I don't know this history. I don't know what, because it's like, what was it like? It's like 3-4 seasons or something like this. It's like you are basically almost back to what you was, basically.
Which is what?
And just a decent Premier League team that finishes top 4 all the time.
No, we want to get back to the glory days of Arsene Wenger, not the days when we were finishing 4th every season. No, that's not what we're aiming towards, Marks. We're aiming towards challenging for the title, winning the Premier League. That's what we're aiming towards. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You don't want to win the Champions League or nothing like that.
Yeah. That.
How far do you have to go to that? When are you ever going to be Champions League level then?
When?
Ever? Yeah, when? Because you've never won it before. So
I don't know when. I don't know when. I can't put a time on it.
Exactly. So you're back. You're nearly at your level, basically. Everyone thinks I'm being patronising and that. Like, let's have it right. Like, let's like, come on, man.
No. Okay. Cool. If we're talking about every team has a peak, right? So at our peak, we were winning Premiership titles, right? Getting to Champions League finals, right? So until we get back there, then we're not there. Then we haven't won the league in years. So until we win the league again, or we start finishing first and second consecutively, yeah, then we're not back to where he was.
I just think the Arteta project has been good. Honestly, starting especially like within the last 12 months, is really coming together. I can see what he's doing. But when you look about trajectory in 3 years' time, I don't expect you to be anywhere like where else are you going to be in 3 years? You're going to be in and around the same kind of pace of what you're doing like right this second now. Honestly, because how good is it going to get for you? I don't understand what you think this is.
Winning the league, my friend. Yeah, winning the Champions League. That's the ultimate goal. That's what we're aiming towards. It's not rocket science.
You know, I've just realized that your "let's have it right, come on, man" is just like Emmanuel's facts.
Yeah. Listen.
Mine's the facts, though.
Marks is in the mud. Marks is in quicksand right now.
You can tell. Look at that.
Scrambling, bruv.
Literally.
Talking about, what's the best you can do? You know what the best is. The best is winning the league and winning the Champions League, and that's what we're aiming towards.
I asked him about.
I ain't making no statements. I'm not trying to coerce anybody. When I'm saying let's have it right, it's just like come on, man. You can see what I've gone. Like, stop doing all this extra stuff. Yeah, you get what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Anyway, you niggas been in the mud.
I don't have no issue with Arsenal. I just don't know why you've got bloviated opinions of yourself.
Big issue with Arsenal. Big issue.
You think?
Of course you do.
I think you're not even supposed to, because you're United. You're not even supposed to be looking down like this.
I don't
But you fear what's going to be happening in the next 2-3 years.
He does. He's scared. He's scared.
So you honestly,
and you guys should have Maguire.
Marks. Let's be honest. You're petrified.
Look, he's trying to laugh. Really, look. With
scared.
his hands. Look,
Marks,
it's
you're petrified. You're petrified. Marks, who's a better coach in your opinion? Yeah, Arteta or what's his name? Eric.
Ten Hag.
All right.
Ten Hag.
All right.
I just hope he comes good for you guys, man, because I've been seeing you for the last, I don't know, 7 months. 7 months, and you haven't liked Man United playing at all. You haven't liked it. And you don't like when it is you run into filthy and you don't have ammunition. You don't like it.
That's well, the last. How long has he been here? Because the season's only gone on for a few months. So you're saying 7 months. Like, obviously the team's been down bad or whatever. Since he's come, the improvements are there. Like, he's at the first stage of like wherever he was. So why can't you like project then? You don't want to project with Arteta. Like, why can't you not look into the future then and start using your crystal ball and doing all that stuff?
Sorry, when we were projecting with Arteta, you were laughing at us. So we should now project for Eric?
Well, no,
I don't care about Eric. I don't care about Eric. I care about you and your team, right? I don't care about your team because of you, right? I just want better for you.
Yeah, and the team already looks better. It's already making improvements.
If you say so.
Already.
If you say so. If you say so.
What, you don't think so? Like, honestly?
No, you've won a couple games, but you beat us, and we know full well that y'all didn't deserve that.
That's the most untruthful thing you've ever said.
No, that's very truthful. Did you watch the game?
We didn't deserve to win that game.
Did you watch the game?
We gave you that game.
No, Marks. We
were very naive.
We should have beat you. Come on.
Why should you have beat us?
Because we play better than you.
I don't think you did. I think we started.
We played better than you. We created more chances. We had a goal disallowed that shouldn't have been disallowed. That would have changed the whole game. Right?
I think, yeah.
We made mistakes that led to your goals.
Look at how the mighty have fallen.
The first 15, 20 minutes, you were nervous. The first 15, 20 minutes, you were nervous. Then you played your way into the game. Then the middle part of the game, you was all right. And in your ascendancy, we scored and showed you got levels. And then towards the end of the game, we closed it down and we were the better team as well. You didn't do nothing. If you deserved to win, you would have won. If you deserved to win, you would have won.
Don DeMarco.
You get me?
I want better for your team, bro.
Yeah, no, that's all right. But like I said, if you should have won, you would have won. You get me? Basically, that's cool. So,
All right, cool.
I mean, I don't know. We've got to have the return fixture. If we do the double overview again,
I'm not gonna lie, Brent. If they beat us again, I'm not coming in. If they beat us again,
I don't think that's happening at our ground. I don't think
it
that's
better not.
happening.
It better not. It better not. But Mark's at every juncture, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to change your prediction, right? So I'm gonna do it again.
He's just gonna double down and
Who
triple down.
is finishing in a high position? Arsenal,
Yeah,
Man
he
United.
said that Man United.
Manchester
finished above
United.
Arsenal, innit?
Okay, cool. No, what I'm saying, I'm gonna
And
give
he
him.
said Arsenal won't finish in top 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to change your mind again and again and again. So
I don't think Arsenal finished top. I don't think Arsenal finished top.
So you're saying again, Arsenal won't finish in top 4?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Again, I'm just letting him bury himself time and time again. It's fine.
it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got one more headline.
Why is there so many Arsenal fans in this chat as well?
Because TDA is the home of the.
This is London,
The real.
baby. This
Yeah,
is
and
London,
also yeah.
baby.
Well, no.
Biased.
TDA is worldwide, countrywide.
But we're living in London,
But
man.
you know what I mean, like, listen, bruv. Anyway, let's move on.
These don't try and make this like AFTV, you know. It's not that.
Do you realize it's years we ain't had this spirit in us?
No, we haven't.
had-
We haven't.
So we needed to enjoy this period, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if it is that, we just get bumped down to second place.
Listen, we've been down bad for years.
God damn.
You know what I mean? Out of the Champions League for what, 6 years
This
now?
is an exorcism that's
You know what I mean?
right now.
And
It's a
finally,
big exorcism.
I think it's 6. It might be 6
Bro,
years.
there's so many Arsenal fans in there. What the hell's going
That's what
on?
I'm saying, bruv.
You're amongst good company.
That's
You're
it.
amongst winners.
Man. These are all ops. You're pretending to be my people here. All ops.
Man United.
All right. So our last headline, sad news, and it's to do with Mwepu. Enoch Mwepu has been forced to end his playing career after being diagnosed with a hereditary heart condition. The Zambia international, aged 24, who joined Brighton for around £20 million from Red Bull Salzburg last July, was taken ill while on a flight to join his national side during the international break. Mwepu was admitted to hospital for 4 days in Mali before returning to Brighton for further tests. A statement from Brighton said that the test concluded that his illness is due to a hereditary cardiac condition, which manifests later in life and was not previously evident on regular cardiac screenings. Sadly, this can be exacerbated by playing sport, so Enoch has been advised that the only option, for the sake of his own safety, is for him to stop playing football. On Twitter, he's came out and released a statement saying, "A boy from a small Zambian township called Chambishi has news to share. He stood strong to follow his dreams of playing football at the highest level, and by the grace of God, he lived his dream by reaching the Premier League. Some dreams, however, have an end. So it is with sadness that I announce the need to hang up my boots because of the medical advice I have received. This is not the end of my involvement in football. I intend to stay involved to some degree. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who supported me in my football trip, including my wife and family, my agent, 12-man, the Zambian FA, all my past teammates and coaches, especially everyone at Brighton and Hove Albion."
That's sad, man.
Yeah, man.
24 is
Sad
young.
story, man.
Very sad. 24 is young, man.
Yep.
Wish him all the best. I'm glad to come to his Badgerton thing now, boy.
But yeah.
That's fucked up. He didn't make a Premier appearance, did he?
I'm not sure, you know.
I don't think he did, you know.
I'm not sure.
You know, you work your whole life to get somewhere and then it just gets taken away from you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad story, man.
Yeah.
Wish him all the best.
Same here.
Yeah, and that's the end of the headlines.
Okay, let's get into our... Oh, shit, it's me. Let's get into our next segment. Out Ere. I haven't even had a chance to go through this deck properly, but let's just do a quick little short, sweet one, little light-hearted one. This is going to be a contradiction because obviously, you know, like I'm not a fan of the law and stuff like that, but sometimes it's a necessary evil. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That I'm not a hater. I don't like celebrating people's downfall or wishing badness on anyone, but sorry, people. Sorry. But some people deserve it. Some people really just deserve it. So we are here to celebrate the conviction of Maddie Budd. I think they put her in prison. Yes. Can I get an amen? You don't know who Maddie Bud is. This
I
is
know.
the
I'm confused. Who's Maddie Bud?
Maddie Bud, yeah, is
Don
the
DeMarco.
evil guy who poured the shit, yeah, on Captain Tom Moore. The one that had defaced this thing, she's pouring the shit on him. She's also been she's gone on moves with Extinction Rebellion. You know Extinction Rebellion? You know Extinction Rebellion, Yusuf?
Nah. What's that?
You know
The people who blocked the car, who blocked the road.
Oh, them lot. Okay. Yeah, I know.
The people who have been advocating you to dash piss on this whole time.
Okay, them lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a couple moves with Extinction Rebellion, and you should be invested in her. Yeah, she tried to sellotape glue her hands to the goalpost versus Arsenal versus Liverpool pitch invasion 6 months ago. Do you remember that?
No, I actually don't remember that.
You don't remember the idiots that tried to do the pitch invasion and glue their hands to the goalpost, try to get the game called off and all that?
Nah, Brendan, do you remember this?
No.
No.
I'm sure we reported on this.
Are you sure this was an Arsenal men's game? What, you sure it wasn't like a women's game?
No. It was on the 16th of March, Arsenal versus Liverpool. It was a proper game.
Oh.
Basically, her and her Brethren tried to glue their hands to the post. I think her Brethren might have even succeeded, but she got stopped by the stewards and thing. Basically, she got in trouble for that, went to court. I think she got a little slap on the wrist, like a little 6 months suspended sentence kind of thing, or like community order where they're watching you, see if you don't cause any trouble. Basically, this gal is so brazen. Before her little community order even finished, she was pouring shit on Captain Tom. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't remember Captain Tom. He walked around the garden 862 times, and you got how much million for it in lockdown. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't see none of that money, but I'm sure someone did. There was a good cause. It was all.
Hold on, he walked around his own garden.
Yeah.
816 times.
Don't listen to the number.
Why?
He's
Just a big number.
Oh.
It was bare times, Brent. I'm not sure the exact number, but it was bare times. But you start taking this in here. Donny's about 97 and a half as well.
Oh, okay. Wait. How big was his garden?
But it don't matter how big his garden was. It was nearly 100, bro.
No, the age is a big factor. 'Cause I'm thinking, I didn't know his age before. I thought, how old is this guy? And why is that impressive?
Well, I haven't got the exact square foot of the
Stop
garden.
you from making up the number before.
Yeah.
Wait, so okay, cool. No. Give me the real number then, because I want to know. Like,
It was 15 times.
15 times.
Yeah.
And you said
Yeah,
800.
15 times.
Bare laps, you know.
Before lunch.
Before lunch.
Was it only 15 times?
It
It
was
wasn't
only
15
Nah,
times.
there was. You know what? Let me find that, man.
It can't.
Well,
Well,
not 15 times.
Those
Brent,
bare
don't
laps,
diminish
though.
my man's experience,
Yeah.
bro. Like, Donny's got like a Zimmer frame and a walking
oh,
stick.
so he walked around in the Zimmer
Yeah,
frame.
he went live on YouTube and TikTok on the 14th time. So
Okay.
then he got encouraged basically because people watching us.
Yeah.
He got to
Okay.
35 and then
Okay.
paused.
Okay. All right.
Super.
Let's get. The
I don't think it was 14 times because he raised about 33 million.
Yeah, it was a lot of times, you know.
So
He
I don't
raised
think it was
33
only
million?
14 times.
He raised
Yes.
33 million, yeah.
Damn.
He raised 33 million pounds.
Let me try and.
For just walking around his garden, this is crazy.
Look, the man's a hero, basically. At the end of the day, yeah.
Because
Call
he
it what
raised
you
it
want.
for the NHS, isn't it?
What's that?
He raised the money for the NHS.
Yeah.
In a time when the NHS was being strained and it was in
Yeah.
need and COVID and hospitals were full and that money went to he done a good thing. I don't understand what we're doing here.
No, I'm not disputing that he done a good thing. I want to know the number. That's all.
He wants to know the square foot of the.
Because you said 800 and something times. Now you're telling me he has a Zimmer frame. It's not adding up.
But exactly, this is why they pay so much money because what he done was serious. Anyway, so Homegirl defaced his thing, threw shit all over it, talking about end UK private jets. Donny's probably never been on a private jet in his life. I don't understand. These people stand here so proud of themselves, man, like just looking like absolute idiots. Like, just what a fool. You're just bringing shame on your family name, on your parents, on your siblings, on your friends, even. Like, you're just a bloody idiot. But like I said, she had the little community order, little suspended sentence joint for her Arsenal debacle. She didn't listen. She thought she was bad. She thought she was above the law, and she went and committed another crime. And she was brazen enough to film it. Yeah, leave receipts and put evidence and all that. She's gone now. She's in the slammer. She's in the pen. She's in the joint. She's in the big house. You get me?
The slammer.
Yeah, nah, she's gone. You know what I'm trying to say? And like I said, I'm not a fan of people going to prison, especially innocent people and stuff like that. But some people deserve it. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just here to let you know it's a celebration. The justice system is working. You know what I'm trying to say? It is working. And Maddie Bud has gone to prison. Can I get amen?
Amen.
Amen.
And it was 100 laps that he made.
I was 100.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Come on, man. That was bare laps, man. See?
No, for a 96-year-old man on Zimmer frame, that's a lot of laps.
9-year-old.
9-year-old.
Yeah.
But my last question is, how big was the garden, please?
82 feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's huge, bro.
It's quite big, man.
Only done works.
And another question. How long did it take him?
I don't know.
That's the video.
Yeah.
He's moving at a nice pace, though.
Yeah.
That's
he's
because he's got
well,
wheels, man.
No, but he's using his feet as well.
Man's wearing a shirt and trousers.
He's using to keep up with the Zimmer.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah, he done his thing. I just don't know why she threw shit all over his statue and for private jets. Like, there's no correlation. I just don't understand. He just wanted to make a scene, but yeah, man, she's gone to prison, man. She's doing time. Can't even work out how long she's got. That's what I wanted to know. But she took accountability, kind of. She pleaded guilty. Oh, 18 months imprisonment.
18.
Oh, it could be up to 18 months. I don't know if she's been sentenced yet. But anyway, I think she's done it anyway. She's definitely in the pen. So yeah, she's done it here, man. We rejoice, man. One day at a time, man. One day at a time. Hopefully we'll get all these bastards off the street. And with that, we'll get into our outro. So that's the end of another day. Beautiful day. How did I find that? He's all right? He's all good?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Nice little show.
Are we missing Esther? How are we coping without Esther?
Yeah, obviously it's always good to have a female voice, female perspective on things. So yeah, she's definitely missed.
And obviously she's there with the organisation. The way she leads the show, like there was a little bit of a shit show today. Obviously Brent wasn't on top form, but
and obviously and we're missing Word on Road as well.
Yeah. See, it's been 3 days now, and I don't know what the word on the road is.
Exactly.
It's killing me.
Exactly.
But hopefully, when she comes back, she could do an extended version and catch up on everything that we've missed. And But it's been fine. It's been fun just kicking it with the lads. You get me?
Yeah.
Bit of testosterone in the room and that. It's been cool. But I think she should be back tomorrow. Am I right?
Yeah, back tomorrow.
Yeah. So it was fun while it lasted, but there we go.
Today, one of us could have identified as Esther, and then just for entertainment purposes.
Okay. And that would have been who exactly?
I could have done that.
You should
I should have done that. To be
yeah,
honest,
should have done it.
just for a day.
To be fair, you should have done it yesterday. Based on the topics we had.
I should have.
Yeah. You should have.
Yeah, nah, but it's been fun, man. We're gonna keep it going. Tomorrow we're gonna get the full crew here. So obviously, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking part. Make sure you're liking the video. I haven't even looked at the numbers to see what the disparity is, but please, honestly, you don't need to do better. We need to be better. Keep liking it, keep sharing it, subscribe, turn on your bell, follow us on the social media, all of that stuff. Numbers at the top of the chat. Whoever don't know the number is 07564841073. Log it in, save it as TDA. Use it tomorrow. What else is there? There's the community, the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful community. I'm sure someone else could explain more about it. They could do a better job than me. I don't want to do a disservice or disjustice or any of that, so I'll leave that. But join the community, come and be part of it. And I just appreciate you just for pulling up every morning, man, and just making our day great, man. Honestly, we wouldn't be nothing without you lot. So thanks for pulling up, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, man. Peace out.
Take care, people.